People are in an uproar because T.I. sent a message to Big Meech, Larry Hoover, and Jay Prince on his Instagram, but he's part of the new mayor of Atlanta that was elected part of her transition team, which is great that she's including leaders in Atlanta and different communities to be part of the transition team. But people think this is inappropriate because these guys were known drug dealers and have had, murder cases and stuff. So people think it's inappropriate. I'm on the fence. I don't know. What do you guys think? This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Hit that bell, hit that subscribe button. And YFTWavy, straight out of Philly. New music and visuals on the way. He's got the I Found It video below. Go check out his YouTube. Check out.
There was a way I found it. Get to the bag and count it. Don't you talk if you're not about it.
And if you want to run ads on the channel, it's jordantowermedia@gmail.com. We're talking about T.I. today. He sent a message to Big Meech, basically saying free Big Meech, and people were a little pissed. They said, and now a word from my partner, King Zippo the GOAT, free Big Meech, we still miss you, bro. One of the most strategic minds and biggest hearts I've ever encountered, true American legend. Remember when I told you I thought maybe you should slow down and cool off out here when we're both getting out the joint? You told me, nah, Tip, I knew what I signed up for. I dedicate my life to the game. If they on me, they on me. But I bet cash money that I ball like a dog till they come and get me. I had to respect that then and now. Salute. Now, they played this little clip here.
They want the glitz and the glamour and the glory, and they want the money too. But just by the time they look up after they finished drinking with everybody and a year or two done went by, they didn't make no profit. You look up, you just sank all these millions into this spot. Well, these spots, you didn't make no profit. It's fun. It's still funny today how every entertainer, athlete, or whatever, everybody want to live like they selling kilos. Everybody, that's what I mean. That's the real American dream. That's it. That's the American dream. Everybody want to live like they sell dope or they sold dope. And the only thing is they didn't have to risk their lives really selling dope. So they're more comfortable with trying. They want the glitz.
So that was some good words from Big Meech. And, Big Meech was a hustler out here, and also he was definitely a strategic mind. Well, some people fired back and said, true American legend, a federal convicted drug kingpin, gangster who sold drugs to destroy his community. T.I., he's no ducking. Then T.I. responded, do you know that the Kennedys' father sold illegal liquor during the Prohibition to make better way for his family, providing better education to his children, and his son went on to become the president? That's the American dream. If they can do it and still be celebrated, so can we. He has a point there. And then also someone else said, not sure why you're celebrating Meech and contrasting him against the Kennedys. I don't care about the Kennedys or how the grandfather was a bootlegger. What I care about is how Meech and his narrow-mindedness led to the near death and destruction of communities. How the drug trade impoverished communities led to elderly citizens feeling as though they were in a war zone. This is true too. How innocent citizens have been killed in drive-by shootings. How drug dealers recruited middle school age kids into the life in early incarceration. Then someone else said, listen, I don't agree with any of those things you've mentioned, but you're demonizing the victims and all this. Maybe you should look up to the Contra scandal and see that CIA exchanged guns for cocaine with Nicaragua, then put the drugs in our community on purpose. Dear, the war on drugs was all part of the plans. It was inevitable for our communities to deteriorate because of it. What wasn't expected was for some of us to take that pain and squeeze a better life for ourselves and our families out of it. Look at God. Well, there's like good points made on both sides here, but it's still, I don't know, man. And he's also, I don't know, it's just weird. Then, if that wasn't enough, he posts up Larry Hoover and Jay Prince. Okay, Jay Prince is definitely like solid out here, has a lot of businesses. There's nothing wrong with it. Larry Hoover was a leader out of Chicago, And you know, a lot of drugs, and you know, people died around that time. He said, now words from 2 more of our legendary leaders. Now, Jay Prince is a legendary leader. He said, whoever said our leaders had to be perfect with no standing takes on their legacies to be valuable. Unfortunately, we live in America. The worst part of it is that drugs and guns are just as American as stars and stripes. Now, first of all, I hate it when people downplay living in America. Go live in another country, man. Most people want to come to America because out of a lot of the countries, we're one of the better ones, okay? It's one of the better places to live with opportunity. That's why people come here. I hate it when people downplay the country they live in. If you don't like it, leave. You know, just make the best of it, just like everybody does. Anyways, whatever we make out of this shit show is worth recognizing. All throughout American history books, there are white people who've done far more unmentionable things and far more in the name of greed and progression. That's true. They call it the American way. They make us celebrate them and hail them as national heroes and founding forefathers. Fuck out of here. So I'll be damned if I'm gonna let me from celebrating our heroes. Never mind where he may be at the moment of time. To his message, tell me exact words need to be said, us or else. Free Hoover, he said. There's plenty of black leaders to look up to that didn't sell drugs, though. I mean, like, you know, you got black CEOs running McDonald's. There was just a black CEO of Amex. There's lots of, you know, people to look up to of all colors and races. I don't know. You don't really have to glorify, you know, like, I understand. Definitely, I don't know. He's right about a lot of this too, though, but there's also a different way to go about this, but it's all good. Then someone responded, you trying to free the leader of the gangster disciples? This guy ordered hits on innocent people. Don't get me wrong, though, white people did a lot of injustice in America, but at least advocate for the blacks who are looked up to for insane amount of years of minor offenses and not gang leaders. That's true. Well, the President of the United States calls Klansmen fine people. He may as well be the leader of the gang. Yeah, Trump really messed up calling them that. So listen to this.
Hey, Jay. What's happening, man? How you doing? Oh, I'm pretty good. Still fighting this frame. Oh, it's rough on a black man. Well, the truth is, niggas in the street gotta get together all over the nation. I thought we gotta get together in Chicago, we gotta get together in LA, we gotta get together in Houston, we gotta get together in New York, we gotta get together in Detroit. Niggas gotta get together. Hey, Jay, what's happening, man?
He's talking about everybody uniting. I mean, you know, it's true. Then he says, now you want to put on here Larry Hoover, a man that killed another man for telling on him because he was selling drugs. What a shame. This is not what you need to be idolizing, especially when you have so many people following you. Wise up, man, show us the right way. Then T.I. says, what did Christopher Columbus do to the... Why he just keeps bringing up things? Like, I don't get what he's talking about. Like, nobody talked about Christopher Columbus. He just brought it up. And then he said, what did General Lee and Nathan Forrest do to slaves seeking freedom? We still are expected to celebrate them. I mean, I don't know. Christopher Columbus has a day. It doesn't mean celebrated. We're really celebrating America those days. I don't know. Christopher Columbus is questionable. Anyways, we still are expected to celebrate that, regardless of the transgressions. Why don't our people deserve the same? They do. They do. But what about? There's plenty of other people to look up to. That's the only point these people are making, and he's making a white and black thing when there's plenty of people of color to look up to that did amazing things without doing illegal things as well. That's the only thing. That's the only point people were trying to make to him. But he definitely got torn down because of this, especially because he's on the government's transition committee. Now, don't get me wrong. Okay, first of all, Jay Prince is like the man in Houston. Okay, he has a lot of. All of his businesses are legitimate. He just made something happen that a lot of people couldn't make happen, and he was organized. The other two people, Larry Hoover and Big Meech. Big Meech was genius, you know, the way he organized things. It was just unfortunate it was drugs, and then he got caught, you know, and a lot of people, drugs obviously creates mayhem in poor communities, unfortunately. And then same with the Larry Hoover thing. But, you know, these guys were also organized geniuses. If they were running Fortune 500 companies, they would probably be a beast at that too, you know? So I'm not denouncing that either, you know? I'm on the fence with all this, you know? Both sides make good points. What do you guys think, though? That's why I brought it up. Get in the comments below. Hit that bell, hit that subscribe button if you want to run ads in the channel. jordantowermedia@gmail.com, and I'll check you guys on the next video. I appreciate you guys so much. Peace. YFTWavy, straight out of Philly, rising talent coming out of Philly. His Instagram and Twitter is YFTWavy. He's got new music and visuals on the way. He's got the I Found It video below. Go check out his YouTube, check out his SoundCloud, and also go check out Action and GOYARD on SoundCloud right now. Those are his new singles.
There was a way I found it. Get to the bag and count it. Don't you talk if you're not about it.